My easel stands before me in its entirety, almost 6 feet tall. It calls to be used. It calls for me to find inspiration in others and myself and to let all my feelings out onto the blank canvas that stares back at me. My easel looks quite regal in its shiny black paint, except for that history has its own way of making itself present, as colors from all my previous work done on this easel have seemed to find a home on its black skin and gold chains. My easel asked me to add more colors, to add more history to its now chipped body that has been thickened with paint. The canvas that rests on top of it is now in my mercy, and as I close my eyes, I see it transformed from the pure white that it is to a vast array of shapes, textures, and colors. My hands are itching with the need to strip the canvas of its pure white self by creating a piece that would be priceless, as only I would be able to create it and no one else. I realize that I do not have the best of skills and that what I would create would not even slightly resemble what I imagine. It never does, but I have to try as it is the only way that I can get better at it and closer to perfection. It's a challenge. I take a deep breath. My oils are ready to use and my brushes are cleaned. I take the biggest, roughest brush I can find and slightly dip it into the bowl of turpentine. With this wetted brush, I convert all my thickening oils into beautiful colors that have the consistency of butter. I look outside my window and I see the first snow of the year. Snow's gently drifting down and resting on a tree, a lamppost, and the street. It's the most wonderful, glittering snow. It's sunny outside, and the light reflecting off the snow forms a momentous sparkle that provides me with the slightest inspiration. This little bit of inspiration has the possibility of becoming the medium that functions as the route for letting my feelings travel from my mind to the canvas. I take buttery white paint onto my brush and begin my so-called ritual. My mind is running 1,000,000 miles an hour, and my hands are trying to keep up. Images flash through my head, and ideas fight their way to the forefront of my imagination as if they are desperate to be picked first. I have to remind myself not to think too far into the future, but to stay in the present and focus on the task at hand. But as soon as the brush touches the canvas, my mind goes blank. Every image, every idea that I had mere a second ago vanishes as if it never existed. All I see is white. White canvas, white paint, and white snow. As I lay the first layer, my heart clenches and beats fast. I get the butterflies in my stomach. The same kind you get when you think about someone special. It's as if I'm in an unspoken relationship with my canvas. I give it all the love and emotion I can pull from within myself without any expectations for anything in return. Headphones in and brush in hand, I'm unstoppable. Some people have journals, some people have web diaries, but all my thoughts and feelings find their way onto canvas. It's my home without the boundaries, without the rules. Within the hour, I have a white background laced with the finest glitter I can find. I planned on painting something more realistic, but my body ended up doing the opposite. Funny how you think one thing, but your body decides to do another. Blues, greens, and several shades of red and yellow find their spot on the canvas as time goes by. My mind is slowly emptying itself of emotion, just as you would empty a pitcher filled with water. Layer by layer, the canvas fills with personality and depth. Circles, triangles, and complex shapes come together to make incoherent subjects. Coherency is something that only I can find in this painting. It is a roadmap of the connection between the personal pressure and the happiness that I feel at the moment. For me, it is a rare combination that is inevitable when I have the chance to make one of my visual journals. Hours go by, but it feels as if only minutes have passed. At this point, I'm in a state where contentment, confidence, and joy dominate my emotions. But I can't really look at my painting since I've been looking at it for the past couple hours. Taking a break is just as important as creating a painting. Looking at the painting half an hour later, the canvas decides to reveal its true identity to me. I'm taken aback at how different it looks in front of my eyes than it was meant to look in my head. The colors, shapes, and objects represent what I'm feeling, not what I'm thinking. It serves as a representation of my mind when it is isolated from the thoughts of the outside world.